Hey Facebook, this is Tom Richardson. I have another excellent must-see John Hughes comedy right here. It's called Weird Science. I know a lot of critics didn't like it, unfortunately, which they should have. They should have liked it. It is a John Hughes classic. This is up there with 16 Candles, which I just recently reviewed. Um, it's part of the high school reunion collection. I think 16 Candles was part of the flashback edition. Um, but they're both very good. They're both very collectible DVDs that you should own eventually. Um, I honestly can say I think this is my all-time favorite John Hughes film, and that's saying a lot because I'm a huge John Hughes fan. Um, this actress right here, Molly, no, not Molly Ringwald, Kelly LeBrock. She was a famous model back in the day. She still appears in the things occasionally, but not a lot. Um, Anthony Michael Hall, I mentioned him in 16 Candles. He did this film right after 16 Candles. I think he also did The Breakfast Club around this time too. So he was very well known at this time, and John Hughes loved to use him in his movies. Unfortunately, this actor doesn't act anymore either. Kind of like Michael Chauvelin, he disappeared. Um, Ian Mitchell Smith was his name. He's still around. He's still alive. Yes, um, I think he's an English professor somewhere. I remember they were interviewing him about weird science on TV, and he said that he was an English major at some university somewhere. So if you ever get him as an English teacher at like another state outside Wisconsin, you're a lucky person because he was in weird science. He got a very good opportunity in his life that was offered to him, and he took it. Smart man. um, but weird science. Well, I think why I love this movie so much is, and a lot of people didn't see this message, but what made this movie so good to me is, at least for me, at least, is it's one of those movies where you almost start to realize as a human being, a lot of people judge you by who you hang out with, and I know that message is pretty common, but this film I think addressed it the best out of any movie out there. Um, what made it so good about that is, keep in mind at the beginning of this film, these two guys right here, they were nothing. They were social rejects of society. Nobody wanted them around. Girls hated them. Boys hated them. They were the people in the lunchroom that were by themselves at one table. They were the guys who only had each other, and that's because nobody else wanted them. Nobody else wanted them around. It's not that they were bad. It's just that everybody was too sucked into, I want to be around this person. I want to be around that person. We don't want to be around you. And that's how it was. And so like, okay, well, we're gonna make you all jealous, and guess what we're gonna do? Because we're computer nerds, because we actually do our homework, we are gonna make this beautiful woman that you see here and get you all jealous. And I'm actually glad that these two boys did it because in the film you almost realize how much of jerks they go to school with. So in a way, not only is this a comedy and it's funny to watch, it truly has a good message to it, and the people at their school truly learned their lesson. They said to themselves, we cannot judge people by who they hang out with. We got to judge them by who they are. They, you, me, they. Um, it's a very, very good movie. And I think the scene that really provokes that, really brings that message out, is there's a scene where um, these two guys here are talking to two girls at their high school. They say they recognize them at the party, and they ask her, okay, well, who's this beautiful girl with at the party? She's the girl with the accent, and I noticed that she said she was with somebody. Do you know who that is? And like, oh yeah, she's with us. And they almost dropped their jaw. They're like, what? And I think it was that moment in the film where the viewer realizes these people judge people by who they hang out with. And unfortunately, I know a lot of people stereotype. I know a lot of people. I know there's a lot of cases where a group does a bad decision, and therefore, if you're a part of it, people view you in the same way. But this film truly makes you say to yourself, I really got to judge people by who they are, not who they hang out with. And I know I will probably get complaints on this video saying, oh, well, you, whenever a group does something bad, then they're all bad. But that's really not the point. This film really has a good, different perspective for everybody. Weird Science is really funny. I know I sounded serious during this, but truly, it's a really funny movie. Check this out, please. I know I've tried to push you to see 16 Candles also, but really, this is a really great John Hughes movie. I know there are some people out there who really didn't like it, but really they just have to see it from a different angle is what they have to do. Um, but really, I know this video is a little bit longer than usual, but um, please see this movie. It is extremely good. I liked it a lot. I think you will like it a lot. Whether you're a boy, a girl, a model, a nerd, um, it's just really, really good. Kind of like Billy Wilder. He not only is it a good movie that has good jokes, it has a great storyline and a great message, which is what any film should do and could do in some cases. But please check this out. It's called Weird Science. I highly recommend it. See it right away. A lot of places sell this. I think it's only $15 at Best Buy, sometimes 10 if it's on sale. Please check this out. It's very, very good. Weird Science by John Hughes. Please, I highly recommend this movie.